Good morning, everybody. For those who don't know, my name is Omar. Man, y'all know who I am. Big O, Omar, O, however you want to call me. I got a few things that I want to display to people. First of all, if you're wondering what this is, I am a union supporter. So I just want you guys to know that right off the bat, the unions, that is the labor of our country. And I'm fully in support of the GM workers, SEIU, UHW. This is my family right here. So to all of y'all out there, you know, I'm in support. Okay, so let's get down to it. Everybody know that watches me and watch my videos that I'm building a Fox body Mustang. I'm turning a 91 Mustang GT into a Cobra. And it's a Cobra conversion. I don't want to put nothing fake out there. Like when you see it, it's a 93 Cobra because the Fox body only came in a Cobra in 93. Mine is a 91. It was a GT, but I am converting it to a Cobra because I just kind of like the way the Cobra looks. I like the way the pipes shoot out the back as opposed to turn downs. And I like the Cobra. I like the way it looks. So I decided to turn my 91 GT into a Cobra. So anyway, with any build, I don't care what car you're building, if you're doing a complete restoration, you're gonna end up with a bunch of extra parts that you probably are not gonna use. Let me get this off of my ear. And I wanna turn this thing off because it doesn't know how to stop ringing. So I wanna make sure we're not disturbed. Okay. And I put my dogs outside. So if y'all happen to hear a little bit of barking, hey, I'm just like y'all. There's gonna be distractions. I wish I can let them go play on the freeway, but you know, the freeway too far from here. All right. So what I first have up is a Ford Racing, and it is Ford Racing. I really like buying a lot of factory pieces when it comes to certain things because I think the way it was built when it came from the factory is, in a sense, probably the best way to go. But in certain cases, buying some of the aftermarket stuff is better because it's updated from when the car was first built. But this is the factory clutch cable made by Ford from the original Ford tooling. And this is the brand new, never installed factory piece. Okay, it has the bracket to route it down to the bell housing and all of the factory connections. One of the upgrades that they did was they made a firewall adjuster because you used to have to go under the car and do the adjustments to the clutch from down underneath. So you had to get up under the car and turn the little thing and tighten up the clutch. Well, they made a firewall adjuster to where when you install this clutch, the cable goes through here, so on and so forth. And this sits at the firewall. So all you have to do is raise the hood and you'll see this sitting there, and this is the way you adjust the tension, and it sits right there on top pretty much where you don't even need tools. You just turn this and you can tighten and loosen the cable as needed. And a billet aluminum quadrant. These are all Ford Racing parts. They are brand new, never installed. I ended up going with a hydraulic setup, so I no longer use a cable. Mine is all operated by hydraulics. So this is the first thing that's up. Now I'm gonna tell you, when I first created my channel, well, I've been trying to garner support from my family and friends ever since I started building my car, because my initial goal is to show disadvantaged kids and even grown-ups that may never go to a car show or hasn't been anywhere, because it's hard to survive out here, and going to stuff like this is just probably not in your purview because things may be a little difficult or just whatever the case may be. So part of my build is charity, because I will be trying to take kids and people to different car shows and having fun and having them around the vehicle and showing them that this is something that they can do too. But this is one of the things, complete kit, and I am letting this go for a really good price, but I'm not gonna say what it is because I want you to tell people to hit me on my channel, or when you see this post, leave a comment. Let me know, who you are and what you're about, and I'd like to help. If you have a build, this is for an 86 to 93 Mustang. It may fit other models, but I know that it will fit those models because that's why I bought it. Okay, so you get the cable, the firewall adjuster, and the clutch quadrant, as well as the screws that mount the bracket and helps you route the cable to where it needs to go. Okay, this is all brand new. Another thing I bought is some high flow fuel rails. Okay. These are Pro Comp high flow fuel rails. These are blue anodized fuel rails, and they come complete with the crossover line, the hardware kit. This is all taped up in here. So you get all of the hardware, okay, all of the washers and the screws and the brackets to mount this to the lower intake, both rails, and you get the fittings. Okay, and they're all blue anodized. This is a really nice set. I'm not discussing prices here because I actually want to help. So the prices that I give to the person that wants this stuff, they are really gonna be they're gonna be they're gonna want it. So if you know somebody that is building a Fox body Mustang or a 302 motor with fuel injection, okay, so it's not just for a Fox body Mustang, but a 302 fuel injected high output Ford motor, this will work for their engine. Okay, so you get the crossover line, both fuel rails, and the AN fittings that so you can route the lines and everything, and you get the plug, because one end of one of these rails, depending on your setup, will be plugged off, and that's what the plug is for. So you get the crossover, both fuel rails, the fittings you need, as well as the hardware to mount it to the lower intake. Okay, never been installed. I'm sure you can see this. This is one of the fuel rails, blue anodized. Just want to make sure you guys can see it. So you get both fuel rails. You get the fuel line, the crossover line that hooks the two rails together. And then you get all of the AN fittings, and they're blue. So this is a nice set for someone to get if they're looking to build their fuel system. Plus you get all the hardware. So this is another nice piece. I ended up going with Edelbrock fuel rails, and honestly speaking, I have to be truthfully honest, I forgot I bought this. This had been sitting in the room where I keep all my parts. It had been sitting there for so long that I forgot I had it. So word to the wise, if you're doing a restoration, catalog your parts, because there's no way that you're gonna remember every single thing you buy, as long as it's gonna take you to actually put it together. So Pro Comp high flow fuel rails with the crossover line and all of the necessary hardware to put it together. Feel free to look these parts up online, find the absolute lowest price you can find, and I will beat that price. It's as simple as that. Next up, let's put this over here. Throttle Body and EGR spacer. These parts are brand new. Everything that I'm showing you guys is brand new. For those of you that is rebuilding your engine, a throttle body is definitely something that you need. And this is the EGR spacer for you people that that actually want your car to run cleaner, and not just build something that's going to be polluting and all that. I believe in my car running good, running strong, passing smog, and have all of my smog equipment hooked up. So that's why I build my cars the way I do. With this kit, you get everything that you need. The instructions are in the box. Gaskets are in the box. For you get the various gaskets for the idle air control motor, the gasket that goes from the EGR spacer to the intake, the EGR spacer to the throttle body. You get the instructions that it takes to put it all together, which is really, really simple. And then you get the two main pieces, and you also get, there's a gasket right here also. That's for the EGR valve. So there's a gasket here also. This is a professional products. This is a professional products throttle body and EGR spacer. Brand new, never installed. And I ended up going with an AccuFab 75 millimeter. This is a 70 millimeter. I was upgrading a little bit. Then as I got more into my build, it was recommended that I go with a 75 millimeter unit. So I ended up scrapping this. But by the time I was told that I should get a throttle body with a bigger opening, this had been sitting at my house for more than 2 years at that point. So that's another thing that you want to be mindful of when you're building a car, is that make sure you know what you need, because if you don't, you'll end up with a lot of parts that you end up not using. So I got good prices on all this stuff, but like I said, look it up online. Come up with the best price. Show me what you can find. I'll beat it. That's the one thing I'll do. So you'll definitely want to, if you're in the market for these parts, see me first. You won't find a better price than what I'm offering, because I'm gonna beat whatever price you can find. I'm not gonna match it. I'm gonna beat it. All right. Brand new, never installed. All right, up next, let's put this stuff back. HID light kit. Everybody likes HIDs. And this kit is no different. It has all the necessary pieces. This is never before installed. Everything is brand new. You get the bulbs. You get both bulbs, HID. All the necessary wiring. Everything is installed. I mean, it's all plug and play. This is like really easy to put in. I actually have this installed on my van, and this is a good unit. They don't cost very much, and so of course, if you want this kit, I'll almost be giving it to you. You get all the necessary wiring to make this a plug and play, and the zip ties is all included. Everything that you need to put this in is included. The only thing that you'll need, I'm not sure, because it might be in here. Okay, so the only thing you'll need to install this, and some people don't need it, is these come with holes where you can put screws in them and mount them to the surface underneath. These should be mounted into a piece of sheet metal or zip tied to something to keep them still. So maybe that's why they didn't include any screws, but any sheet metal screw will do. Something small that's pretty short, something that'll just go through. These are really light and don't take a lot of screw to keep them in place. So really shallow, something short, and you can install these really easy. Not hard at all. And they actually have two-way adhesive strips, so you can stick it on, and you can even stick it to something, and that works too. Some people don't want to drill into the sheet metal of their car. I don't have a problem with that as long as it's in an area that's unnoticeable. So HID light kit, really bright lights. If you like those nice bright white lights when you go down the road, this is it. These are 6,000K brightness, so they're not blue. They're more white and bright. That's what I like. And as you can see, I bought this for Mustang. I don't know if you can read that, but that's my writing. So this may fit other applications, but I bought it for 87 to 93 Mustang. That's what this kit was bought for. Everything that I bought here was bought for either 87 to 93 or 86 to 93. But it may fit other applications. You'd have to check that part yourself. Next up, I know y'all saying, man, got a lot of parts. This, I'm not even close to being done. Spark plugs. These are a professional set of spark plugs. It also comes with the loom to hold these together and organize them under the hood and make them look nice. I originally bought this set. I was thinking about keeping this because, you know, spark plugs go bad. And, why not have an extra set laying around? But since I went with the MSD ignition setup, if I replace them, I'm probably just going to replace them with MSD spark plug wires. So these are VMS. These are made by VMS. And I ordered these a while back ago. This is a professional set. So you can look these up. If you see VMS, if you just Google VMS spark plug wires for 86 to 93 Mustang, you'll see these, you'll see the price, and you'll understand what you're getting. And then when you contact me, you'll see how I'm beating that price and making it worthwhile for you. And for now, last but not least, a water pump. As with everything else, everything is brand new, never used. This is a brand new reverse rotation water pump for the same model years, 86 to 93, Mustang GT, and you may be able to use this water pump with other makes, models. I'm not sure, but this was for 86 to 93 Mustang. It's reverse rotation, factory piece, and as you can see, it was by its Card One brand. So this is a really nice water pump. I've used these water pumps before. They last for years. As long as you maintain your car the way it's supposed to be maintained, you should have no issues out of this water pump at all. I ended up going with a high flow water pump, which is why I didn't use this unit. No other reason. The gasket is included also. So you have everything that you need. The water pump installation guide, the gasket, the water pump itself is all in the box. The only thing I've ever done to this water pump was take it out and look at it and make sure all of the pieces were here and then stuck it back in the box. And I've had this sitting in my parts room for over 2 years now. So it makes no sense to have it sitting here when somebody else can use it. And I won't use it because I went from a 302 to a 347 stroker. This water pump is not sufficient for that setup. I should have a higher flowing water pump, which is what I bought. And that's how I ended up with these extra parts. I have other parts and I'll feature those in another video. But if you know somebody that's building a Fox body Mustang and they need parts, any one of these parts, contact me. I'll leave my information in the video. You can also message me on Facebook, YouTube, leave a comment under the video. I'll get it right away, and it's just like a text message. So feel free to contact me. I'm glad I hope I'm able to help build a builder get some of their projects finished, because I'm a builder, I understand how important these parts are, and I understand how price can actually help. And I'm here to help. That's what I'm here to do. So if you know somebody that needs these parts, if you want to buy a gift for someone that needs these parts or that can use them, feel free to contact me. I will definitely make sure that it is worth your while, because guess what? I need your support as well as you need mine. So I'm out of here for right now, y'all. I would pan around to let y'all see my surroundings, but I ain't gonna do that because guess what? I'm just like you. And right now my house is messy and my dogs is outside and I gotta go let them in, because I don't know if you can hear it, but one of them is scratching at the window trying to get back in, and I'm shooting a video. So I'm gonna end here. Like, share, subscribe, support the unions. SEIU, UHW is fighting Kaiser right now. I know I'm just kind of throwing this in, but they're fighting Kaiser right now. They're going on strike October 14th of